the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Lawyer Paul Adom Ochre ekopiem ewo City TV wabra one Bernard Avle etenase na ewo the point of views no eho ena Bernard Avle ene ni di nkomo oni di nkomo bebre ebi efa manase azuri awuni ni allegations a wase SML in disguise at Kutuka International Airport. We are no nanso some de ebe ka wasem abra okopiem ewo the office of the special prosecutor ni nyina ne se ensem be betwidwa the infamous landed properties na na Bernard Avle ebusa na se omonimu omonchiremu okopiem ewo office of the special prosecutor hon edi ani den eni siye bibia de no kotoye omo otimi no mu ekasaye the properties the lawyers of Kisi Adom say NC eko pae wo mo mutimi besra no ene ensem bebre na yenya a lengthy video and a lengthy audio person with TV na wo hunu the court supporting office of the special prosecutor wa bra Paul Adom Ochre atenase na this are ensem nyina to edwa message say obegibre na so with TV na wo hia wodo agenchere ato comment section ase na Paul Adom Ochre echima ne arrest no tactically arrest na office of the special prosecutor Kisi Adom edeman abusafo yankoni nkuti we have agenchere to comment section ase
to meet the team. When they invited you and you said you had wanted a different day, they said no, you came, you went with your team. How was it like? Where did you go? Who did you meet? How was it like? What was the interaction like?
It's a simple interrogation. So it can get hostile at some times, which is understandable. I mean, somebody's arguing with you, said this, that you say that. So that happened. But it was fair and fine. And so you sit around a table like this, and then you are there with your lawyers, and they ask you questions.
So when you get there, do they charge you? Or they just say, I want to understand what it is.
The letter they sent to you
what was the letter saying?
Indicates that you are a suspect for this.
Okay.
So sometimes when you get there, they will do what they call the technical arrest.
Okay.
By touching you and say that you're under arrest.
Did they do that?
Yes, they did. So they read your rights to you, that you can decide not to answer questions, etc., etc. So you proceed. That is how come you need bail.
Okay. So you were technically arrested?
Yes. So when the interrogation finished, they brought a form that you should fill. Now, the form has specific questions. One of the questions is, do you have landed property in your name? And I answered that question, no.
Okay.
And I'm beginning to understand that was a problem, which we can talk about. And they said, do you have car? I answered it, and etc. Then they give you a bigger form that has more details, which you should answer over 30 days. So after the interrogation, they go to another room, and then some very nice people, they bring the form, and then you fill it. Then they take the form away. So after the form, they will come back and tell you your bail conditions, and that's where my lawyers...
So when you said you didn't have landed property in your name, did you understand that that was a precondition for the bail?
No,
you didn't know?
No, it's a form. It's just a form that you are filling. It has nothing to do with
It's
bail.
not labeled?
No, it's labeled as to disclose your name, your hometown. It's like a personal information form.
So when you filled that form, then later it was then said that because you have no landed property in your name, you can't get bail?
That is how my lawyers got upset, because the form indicates what you have as a landed property. So you answer the question. So by the time they are reading your bail conditions to you, they've already seen that form. They know what you have said in that form. So the big issue for my lawyers was that the suspect says that I do not have landed property. And then you say, okay, that is your bail condition. It suggests that there's a problem. But that's where the banter of my lawyer started. But then the issue about the form has been, the no landed property has been discussed in a way that I feel disappointed by a big lawyer who said that he knows that I have 4 properties in Accra. And he's going
on
to
a media
show
platform?
Yes, he said it on a media platform. And I sent him a text that, please, in 2 weeks, can you show the... I don't know why... I'll mention this, everybody knows it. That he said, you have landed property. I know Paul Adom Ochre has given money to somebody. I mean, some of these wild allegations they throw about. And I keep asking that, if a person lives in a house and has lived there for 20 years, and he says, I don't have landed property, why is that awkward? The house address is available. Lands Commission is available. Everyone can check. I even look at it as a bit chauvinistic, because if a man and a woman live together and they have a house, it is believed that it's for the man, it's not for the woman. But people act differently. Assuming that I'm married to X or X is married to me, and we are working together, and the person's office terms of mortgage is better than my office's terms of mortgage. If we want a mortgage, we'll go to her office or his office to take the mortgage. The mortgage will not record, because it's a loan, two of you owning it. It will record the one who works for it and the mortgage partner. So you have the thing in the name of X and this
So living
bank.
in a house
does
for
not
20 years
mean that
doesn't
it is
mean
yours.
All right,
It doesn't mean that you didn't contribute.
Let's take a break.
Furniture or you didn't buy anything.
We're talking to Paul Adom
Anyway.
on his what's the name I want to use? His encounter with the OSP. We'll come back with more. He's telling us some of the things that he can tell us in relation to what happened there, and also the matter that he has been accused of. If we have time, we'll talk about national issues. Later on, we'll discuss DSTV.
It's not fair to them to say they kept me there. It's better to say I was unable to fulfill the bail conditions.
But wasn't it surprising for a public figure who's on TV for 25 to 30 years, who's known, that it's difficult to get bail? I thought like sometimes, or it's not down the basis of whether you are a popular person or
No,
not.
the
I'm not a lawyer,
regime,
so-
all the lawyers are saying that this bail regime is very novel. It never happened. No one has seen it before. Bail regime is usually self-recognizance bail. I think that's what you're referring to. If you are somebody that they can always find, it's a self-recognizance bail, especially at the stage where you are a suspect. And also, bail conditions are people standing surety for you. People bring which is how the bail was revised to. They later on revised the bail conditions for other people to produce the houses, not me, myself. So, which is what everyone was expecting. So, in fact, when we're going there, the lawyer said that you may have to get bail. So, let's find people and get them ready.
They anticipated
and
this.
we did that. And we did that. So, but then this issue of go and bring your own house, especially coming after you have filled the form to say, I don't own landed property. I understand that that's annoying them because they thought I was lying. And I have to say that having done journalism for that long, filling a public form, I know the offense of a deceit of a public officer. It's in Act 30. I know it. So why would I write a form into a public officer, Office of Special Prosecutor, which is under the Office of the Attorney General, and make disclosures that are false? I don't understand
You
how I
have
would
no
do that.
landed property in your name.
Absolutely.
That is a fact.
I don't know why. And it's verifiable. It's
So
easily verifiable.
when they varied the bail condition,
Yes.
that was the day after.
The day after, when lawyers went to the OSP and said, you can't have these bail terms, especially when the suspect had told you that he does not have landed property. I'm understanding that will annoy them, and that's why I'm worried about how that annoys anyone. Today, I've seen people on Facebook say, you have done journalism for 30 years, you say you don't have property. But I organize my life the way I organize my life.
Okay.
I want to use my money to do something else. Yeah. Another person who is with me uses her money or his money to do something else so that we can all benefit. I don't have landed property in my name.
But that was a specific question.
It's a specific question. It's a question and answer. What is your name? Your hometown?
Your partner's name
date
is
of
not your
birth.
name.
No, but if you come here to City FM, where you and I used to work, and we are taking a car loan, and the car is 100,000 cedis, but City FM is willing to give you 80,000 cedis, and you take 20,000 cedis from your partner, and City FM wants to see the 20,000 cedis before they ask the bank to give you the 80. When you go into the arrangement, the car doesn't belong to you and your friend or partner and the bank. The car belongs to you, the City FM employee, and the bank that gave the money until you're able to pay the loan. So your name will not be on the car. You may use it every day, but your name will not be on it. It doesn't mean you didn't contribute to it, but it's a way in which you
Beyond
arrange
the
your life.
legal issues, were you okay with where you were detained? Was it what kind of place was it?
Oh, it's a normal place they detain every Ghanaian. So,
But we don't know what happens there. So when a journalist goes there, we want to know. Because most people don't come and tell us what is there.
it's just you're detained with people who are also detained, and nobody maltreated anyone. That's for sure.
Okay.
I mean,
Is it a private place?
It's state-owned. It's a
What I'm
state
saying is that
facility.
were you in a room with other people?
Yes, you will be in a room with other people. It depends on the numbers they have. If they don't have many numbers,
How many people were there?
oh, easily about 25, something like. Not in the same room. There are some.
Were you in a room alone?
No, I was in a room with the other people, a guy from GSC. The people I went in there with, I was in a room with them, and one other person.
So where did you sleep?
Oh, they give you mattress. You have a mattress to
On the
sleep
floor?
on. Yes, for now, but it's double mattress. I think because on the floor they make it, and they give you blankets.
Did they allow you?
They treat you well.
Were you able to get a change of clothes?
They provide it. They provide clothes. I wasn't there that long to know. I wasn't due for change of clothes yet because it was overnight, and by midday they came back and said we should get ready, and that the
So were
OSP
you able
has
to
called.
contact your family in the evening?
No, you can't. You can't contact anyone. When the day you go there, the next day, the OSP, or if it's BNI or if it's Yoko, they'll come back to talk to you. It is then that you can engage with them and tell them.
My lawyers were moving in and out.
The lawyers can talk to the OSP, but they can't talk to the people at the place where you are kept. But the OSP controls that. So
In
the
your
OSP can
interaction
call
with the OSP, was your lawyer there?
Yes, the OSP himself wasn't there. I have to make that point. He wasn't there.
But your
his
lawyers
people-
were there with you?
Yeah, during the interrogation, yes, they were both there. They had everything.
But when you were not able to secure the bail for that night, you were alone.
Yes, they will drive you to the facility alone.
It's not within the same prisons.
No. It's not at the OSP's office. No. So that's the issue. So you are held at the facility. The lawyer's work is with the OSP. He can't come there to see you.
Wow.
The OSP people can come and see you, and they can tell you that your lawyer said this, that, and you can tell.
My lawyer
them
cannot see you there.
No, he's not. He can't see you. I don't know whether at some point maybe he can see you, but from my experience for the period, you can't see anyone. Nothing. You just wait. and have a conversation with the people. So I did. I had a conversation with them, and I made some stories.
There's a video of you going back home. How concerned was your family about?
Oh, and this is
about
the other
you,
point.
about you. So where is this?
This is my house. So when I say my house, then they say
So then
it's landed property.
your wife came to meet you.
She was at the OSP. She was with the lawyers for morning. She was there with Afenyo Makin, with Godfrey Dame, with everyone. She was there. Where?
Afenyo Makin was there?
Yeah, he graciously so. He was concerned about it. So he went to see the OSP. I mean, at the OSP's office. They all went to ask.
So Dame too was there?
Dame was there with Afenyo Tampuli, Al-Hassan Tampuli. They were all there.
But they are not your official legal team.
No, they were not. But Dame was my official legal lawyer. But they went in with concern that this is your bail term. What does it mean? The guy has told you he doesn't have landed property. Then you say, go and bring the thing you say, the thing the man has told you that he doesn't have. How is he going to achieve it? I think there was another person who also said he doesn't have landed property. You know, but this was the concern. So they sort of worked with the OSP to vary the bail terms. And then when he varied the bail terms, they said, okay, find somebody to bring. Then somebody supplied it. And then
Was the bail term varied for the other people who were?
Absolutely, yes.
There were 4 of you?
There were 3 of us.
All board members?
No board member. I'm the only board member.
Because you're the board chair. The rest were the management.
One person from the management in commercial, which is that's another matter. But he was there, and then another person, the IT guy, not from the company, but the IT guy who was part of the business. He was also there. So the bill was varied for everyone. But the concern, and I have to make this point, that all those people who I said thank you to, who had expressed concern, I have seen some spin on social media. They were not expressing the concern that Paul Adomoche has done something wrong and he's above the law and you cannot touch him. No. They were expressing concern that the bail conditions that the OSP gave were too harsh and unreasonable and are actually unknown to the jurisprudence.
Has the OSP charged you officially?
Not yet, no. Not
Do you have a hint of what they accuse you of?
What they have accused? The suspect in the letter, they say that corruption and corruption-related offenses and procurement breaches. They say it. They say it. But as I said, corruption and corruption-related offenses, it doesn't mean any particular. Causing financial loss to the state, stealing, defrauding by false pretenses. Most of the provisions of Act 29 are part of corruption and corruption-related offenses. So that's what they said.
But for those descriptions, you are confident that you are on all fours?
Well, causing financial loss to the state, there's nothing. In fact, in the bill, they said that the houses that you should bring should be of any value at all. You know, the thing with bail, when you hear the amount of money, is always calculated on the money that has been lost. So if the investigation is about 10 million cedis, then they give you a bail of 5 million, something like that. Because there's no money involved in this one, they couldn't really put money on the bill. So they said, you bring a house of any value at all, even if it's landed property, any immovable property in your name. That's all they were looking for. That suggests that there's no real amount of money that has been lost, for which reason they will calculate the bill. So all of these were the concerns that the lawyers raised with them. And any other person who wanted to intervene in the matter, their interventionist was limited to the bail conditions. Nothing to do with Paul Adomoche has not done anything wrong or Paul Adomoche is above the law. No, not far from that. No one can say anyone is above the law or that anyone should not be interrogated or charged by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. People are concerned when bail is used as a weapon. And I've seen articles since then that bail is not a weapon. Bail is not to show power. Bail is to say that I have charged you, you cannot run away. If you run away, I'll catch you. So I'm giving you self-recognizance bail. Come and report to me once a week. You can't travel. Let me know before you travel. That's what bail is about. Bail is to make sure that you are not a flight risk. And so for people like me and other people who are very all over the place and on public platforms, self-recognizance bail is what people thought. However, the OSP has a discretion not to do self-recognizance bail. He can ask, as we did, other people to stand surety. But to ask you to present your own 2 houses, a factor that is not automatic with life. You may be 60 years and not have 2 houses. You can be 100 years and not have 2 houses in Ghana.
Yeah.
You may have no house in Ghana, but 1 house in Maryland or 1 house in Nigeria. So that kind of condition is what everyone was concerned about.
Do you think, okay, let me extend the question. How will this affect the way you approach your work? I watch your shows and you do it differently from all of us. You speak your mind, you do your research, and you take positions. Now, this is obviously going to affect you, wouldn't it? Because it appears, if it becomes a long-drawn case, it could affect you in the sense that you may not even be able to talk about it if it gets to court, could you? I don't understand. Like, if for example, it becomes a court issue, do you have liberty? Because I think you did some commentary on this earlier, right? Mm-hmm. Will you be able to continue doing that?
I think that's a decision that if the matter goes to court, a court will take. And it will take it on an application by the prosecution. However, having said that, I covered cases in court, and I saw Richard Japa grant interviews about his own case. I saw Ato Forsen talk about it, and I've seen, I've looked at cases across the board, and people talk about the case. But however, if there's an order from the court based on an application that the way in which you are running the commentary on the case, you are prejudicing the outcome of the case, and the judge agrees with it, and the judge gives an order that you can't talk about it, I'm sure that order will be respected.
But beyond the case itself, if you go back on air to do, because you do a hard job, how's it going to affect you?
Well, as I'm saying, it's all within the limitations and the delimitations of the law. If the law says that at this juncture you cannot do this.
I'm not even talking about this case. I'm saying emotionally, psychologically. So you go on air and you want to discuss something political.
Oh, well, I mean,
wouldn't the case and the possibility of prosecution be at the back of your mind?
Well, the possibility of legal action has always been on the mind of anybody who is publishing about other people. And we have done this for a long time. We have not been sued in defamation because we always know how to present the case. You don't go and present a case prejudicial against people.
Okay.
You don't present a case for which you have no evidence. We never do that. And we have dealt with heavy cases. And you don't also present a case and use words that are prejudicial. You have to find the right words to use to protect yourself from being sued. And that's what we've been doing all the time. And that is why, for the things that we have done with the OSP, he's not been able to, with his legal mind and his legal team, pick one of those things and said, I'm taking legal action against you on this thing you said about me.
You've never been sued for something you did on your program, defamation?
No. Maybe once. With the only time we've been sued was Isaac Osei had granted an interview to us where he had talked about Dr. Akoto. That Dr. Akoto still lives in some house in Tema, which belongs to the Tema refinery. Dr. Akoto took out a writ of defamation against Isaac Osei, and we are second defendants because he...
Not something you directly...
We went on to court on that, yes. Recently, another writ has been taken out against us by Tony Orban in Galamsey. During the election 2024, there was a video in which somebody was speaking about Galamsey and he was there. And we had berated him for being there and allowing a person to talk about if we win elections, Galamsey will continue, given his background in mining. He has taken out a defamation writ against us. So that's there. So this is for the last so many years. This is what we have. Because we go out and deal with this. And also, we recognize that our platform is we can be biased on the platform, but we cannot be, we have to be impartial. So impartiality is if anyone whom we have said anything against wants to retract, wants a time on our platform, we're happy to give it. We're always open to anyone who wants to come.
So if the special prosecutor wants to come on your show, will you interview him?
I would interview anyone who wants to come. You saw what happened after the election.
Yeah.
My arch rival in election data analysis, Musa Dankwa, I invited him to come on the show. I apologized to him and we spoke. And he said a lot of things against me, but that's okay. He's entitled to that because I have said a lot of things against him. So
some of which were wrong.
Yes, well,
because he did get the election result, right?
No. I was asked that question